So we just come to the fourth lightweight boxing history, title history, and on the third one we finished on Alex Arguello's from Nicaragua, beating Jim Watt. So his first defence on October the 3rd, 1981, Alex Arguello from Nicaragua beats Ray Boom Boom Mancini from Youngstown, Ohio, in the 14th round. Referee stopping the fight. That was in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Then you got November the 21st, 1981. Alex Arguello wins in the 7th round by KO against Roberto Elizondo from the US. That's in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then you got February the 13th, 1982. Alex Arguello wins in the 6th round. Referee stops the fight against James Bubba Busceme from the US. And that's in Beaumont, Texas. So we got February the 13th, 1982. Alex Arguello beats James Bubba Busceme from the US in the 6th round. Referee stops the fight in Beaumont, Texas. Then we got May the 22nd, 1982. Alex Arguello from Nicaragua wins by KO against Andy Gunnigan from the US in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then Arguello relinquishes the WBC title in February 1983. So May the 1st, 1983, Edwin Rosario wins on points over 12 rounds against Joe Luis Ramirez in San Juan for the vacant title. So March the 17th, 1984, Edwin Rosario wins in the 1st round, referee stopping the fight, against Roberto Elizondo. That's in San Juan. And then June the 23rd, 1984, Edwin Rosario wins on points over 12 rounds against Howard Davis, the US Olympian, 12 rounds points decision in San Juan. And we got November 1984. Yes, let's go back. So Arguello relinquishes the WBC title in February 1983. Then May the 1st, 1983, Edwin Rosario from Puerto Rico wins on points over 12 rounds against Joe Luis Ramirez from Mexico. That was in San Juan. That was for the vacant title then. March the 17th, 1984, Edwin Rosario wins in the 1st round, referee stopping the fight against Roberto Elizondo. That was in San Juan. Then June the 23rd, 1984, Edwin Rosario wins on points over 12 rounds against Howard Davis from San Juan. Then November the 3rd, 1984, Joe Luis Ramirez wins in the 4th round, referee stopping the fight, against Edwin Rosario in San Juan. Then August the 10th, 1985, Hector Camacho from Puerto Rico wins on points over 12 rounds against Jose Luis Ramirez in New York. Then June the 13th, 1986, Hector Camacho wins on points over 12 rounds against Edwin Rosario. Remember seeing that fight in New York? 26th of September 1986, Hector Camacho wins on points over 12 rounds against Cornelius Boza Edwards. England, Mickey Duff trained, but originally from Uganda, I think. That's Miami, Florida. Then Camacho relinquishes the title because of weight problems in May 1987. So, July the 19th of July, 1987, Jose Luis Ramirez wins on points over 12 rounds against Terence Ali from Guyana in Saint-Tropez, France, for the vacant title, WBC title. October the 10th, 1987, Jose Luis Ramirez wins on points over 5 rounds against Cornelius Boza Edwards in Paris, France. And March the 12th, 1988, Jose Luis Ramirez wins on points against wins on points over 12 rounds, controversial decision over 12 rounds against Pernell the Sweet Pea Whitaker in Paris, France. Then October the 29th, 1988, Julio Cesar Chavez, obviously senior, wins on a technical decision over 11 rounds against Jose Luis Ramirez in Las Vegas, Nevada. That was for the vacant WBA, WBC titles, both of which Chavez relinquished in May 1989. August the 20th, 1989, Pernell Whitaker, the Sweet Pea Whitaker, wins on points over 12 rounds against Jose Luis Ramirez. That was in Norfolk. So that was Norfolk, US, United States. For the IBF title and WBC titles, that was. Now we'd go just to the IBF. So January the 30th, 1984, Charlie Choo Choo Brown wins on points over 15 rounds against Melvin Paul from the US. That was Atlantic City, New Jersey. Then April the 15th, 1984, Harry Ario wins over 14 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Charlie Choo Choo Brown. So let's go back to the beginning. So 30th of January 1984, Charlie Choo Choo Brown wins on points over 15 rounds against Melvin Paul from the US. Atlantic City, New Jersey, that was in. Then April the 15th, 1984, Harry Ario from the US wins in the 14th round, referee stopping the fight against Charlie Choo Choo Brown, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Then September the 1st, 1984, Harry Ario wins in the 8th round, referee stopping the fight against Charlie White Lightning Brown. Harry Ario wins. In the 11th round, referee stopping the fight against Terence Ali, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Then January the 12th, 1985, Harry Ario wins over 11 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Terence Ali in Atlantic City, New Jersey. So now, April the 6th, 1985, Jimmy Paul, trained fighter from the US, wins on points over 15 rounds against Harry Ario, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Then June the 30th, 1985, Jimmy Paul wins in the 14th round. Referee stops the fight against Robin Blake from the US, Las Vegas, Nevada. Then June the 4th, 1986, Jimmy Paul wins on points over 15 rounds against Arlies Perez from Cuba. That was in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Then August the 15th, 1986, Jimmy Paul wins on points over 15 rounds against Darrell Tyson from the US. That's in Detroit, Michigan. Then December the 5th, 1986, Greg Horgan from the US wins on points over 15 rounds against Jimmy Paul from Las Vegas, Nevada. Then June the 7th, 1987, Vinny the Tasmanian Devil Pazienza from the US wins on points over 15 rounds against Greg Horgan in Providence. February the 6th, 1988, Greg Horgan, oh you've done that one. April 11th, 1988, Greg Horgan wins over 11 rounds on technical decision against Miguel Santana from Puerto Rico in Tacoma, Washington. Then October the 28th, 1988, Greg Horgan wins the 10th round by retirement against Gert Bo Jacobsen from Denmark in Copenhagen, Denmark. So February the 18th, 1989, Pernell Whitaker wins on points over 12 rounds against Greg Horgan. It's in Hampton. April the 30th, 1989, Pernell Whitaker wins in the 3rd round. Referee stopping the fight against Louis Lamelle from the US in Norfolk. Then August the 20th, 1989, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker from the US wins on points over 12 rounds against Jose Luis Ramirez in Norfolk for the IBF and vacant WBC titles. So the WBC and IBF titles together now. February the 3rd, 1990, Pernell Whitaker wins on points over 12 rounds against Fred Pendleton from the US, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Then May the 19th, 1990, Pernell Whitaker wins on points over 12 rounds against Amazulu Nelson from Ghana, Las Vegas, Nevada. So I'm just going to switch over the page. So from there, we're going to go to the top there. So we've got August 11th, 1990. August 11th, 1990. Pernell and Sweet Pea Whitaker wins by KO in the first round against John Nazaro in State Line, Nevada. And that was for the WBC, IBF and WBA titles. February 23rd, 1991, Pernell Whitaker wins on points over 12 rounds against Anthony Jones. That was in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then July the 27th, 1991, Pernell Whitaker wins on points over 12 rounds against Polio Diaz from Spain. 12 rounds points decision over Polio Diaz from Spain in Norfolk. Then, now, October the 5th, 1991, Pernell the Sweet Pea Whitaker wins on points over 12 rounds against Georgie Paez from Mexico. Again, the former circus performer. Georgie Paez, powerful little fighter. That's Reno, Nevada. Then February 1992, Whitaker relinquishes the lightweight titles to box at light welter. So, we've got the WBA title, June 12th, 1992, Joey Gamache from the US wins. Gamache would later train Swedish fighter, Swedish fighter, heavyweight, who fought Tyson Fury. Name slips me, Otto Wallin. Joey Gamache would later train Otto Wallin, who fought Tyson Fury. But again, I digress. So June 12th, 1992, Joey Gamache wins by retirement in the 8th round against Chi Sung Chung from Korea in Portland for the vacant title. Then October the 24th, 1992, Tony the Tiger Lopez wins in the 11th round, referee stopping the fight. Tony Lopez from US beating Joey Gamache, 11th round, referee stopping the fight in Portland. February the 12th, 1993. Tony the Tiger Lopez wins on points over Dingan Thoyabella from South Africa. 12 rounds points decision in Sacramento, California. Thoyabella would fight in a lot of weight divisions. Went right back to light heavy in the end, actually, from lightweight. There we go. And he even won a title up there, I'm sure. Quite a big span between. And we go to June 26th, 1993. Dingan Thoyabella from South Africa wins on points over 12 rounds. Gets his revenge over 12 rounds points decision over Tony Lopez in Sun City. October the 30th, 1993, Orzubek Nazaro from Russia wins on points over 12 rounds against Dingan Thoyabella from South Africa in Johannesburg, South Africa. Then March the 19th, 1994, Elzebek and Nazarov wins on points over 12 rounds against Dingen Thoibella from South Africa in the Hammanskraal. Then December the 10th, 1994, Uzbek Nazarov wins in the second round by KO against Joey Gamache in Portland. Then May the 15th, 1995, Uzbek Nazarov from Russia May the 15th, 1995, Uzbek Nazarov from Russia wins in the second round by KO against Won Park from Korea in Tokyo, Japan. Then November the 15th, 1995, Uzbek Nazarov from Russia wins on points over 12 rounds against Dindu Kanoi from the Philippines, 12 rounds points decision in Iwaki, Japan. Then April the 15th, 1996, Uzbek Nazarov from Russia wins in the fourth round by KO against Adrianos Taro from Indonesia in Tokyo, Japan. And then you got May the 10th, 1997, Uzbek Nazarov from Russia wins in the seventh round. Referee stops the fight against Lavanda Johnson from the US in Coconut Grove, Florida. Then you got May the 16th, 1998, Jean-Baptiste Mendy, so he's from France, wins on points over 12 rounds against Uzbek Nazarov from Russia in Paris, Germany. Then January the 25th, 1999, Jean-Baptiste Mendy wins over 12 rounds points decision against Alberto Secorella from Argentina. 12 rounds points decision against him in Paris, France. Then April the 10th, 1999, Julian Lawsey from France wins in the sixth round. Referee stops the fight against Jean-Baptiste Mendy in Paris, France. Then August the 7th, 1999, Stefano Zoff from Italy wins on points over 12 rounds against Julian Lawsey in La Canette, France. So November 13th, 1999, Gilberto Serrano from Venezuela wins in the 10th round. Referee stops the fight against Stefano Zoff in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then March the 12th, 2000, Gilberto Serrano from Venezuela wins in the fifth round. The referee stops the fight against Hiroyuki Sakamoto from Japan in Tokyo, Japan. Then June 11th, 2000, Takanori Hatakayama from Japan wins in the eighth round. Referee stops the fight against Gilberto Serrano in Tokyo, Japan. So we're going to end it there. That's the end of the fourth lightweight boxing history videos. Bang.